Huawei P50 Pro Review. The main concern impacting Huawei phones is the lack of Google mobile services, compelling the Huawei P50 Pro to use its own alternatives instead. The app library that is available falls short. Additionally, the methods employed by Huawei to widen it create security apprehensions. There is more advertising evident in Huawei's software than what is usually experienced, and this can be very irritating when spending so much on a phone. Regarding visual design, the Huawei P50 Pro is bound to provoke differing opinions. Its cameras are both encased in very visible glass discs. The second camera disc on the Huawei P50 Pro is a drastic design departure from its predecessors, appearing almost like a codpiece. Having thought about it a bit more, realize that the Huawei P50 Pro is quite remarkable in its technical aspects. This phone isn't quite large or bulky, but Huawei has managed to squeeze in a periscope zoom camera without any conspicuous camera hub. These types of cameras use curved optics where light is bent 90 degrees by a mirror to enable space for the lens elements that allow powerful zoom operation. The Huawei P50 Pro has an overdone exterior design, but beneath the hood, the layout is likely due to thoughtful engineering. Utilizing the extra disc for zooming and helps maintain distance between other cameras that aren't as small. IP68 water resistance features enable the phone to be submerged in up to 1.5 meters of water. A plastic screen protector is installed as default, a beneficial touch. The speakers here are also quite high quality, a stereo pair with one sound emitting mechanism on either end of the device. The midtones and trebles have a well-defined clarity that almost becomes too evident as it reaches the higher frequencies. Although the bass is not as perceptible, there is enough to give kick drums some prominence. The Huawei P50 Pro features an IR blaster, which can be used with the smart remote app to turn your phone into a universal remote. The Huawei P50 Pro's OLED display is impressive, with natural colors looking great right away. Other manufacturers will usually set their phones to oversaturated color modes, making the app icons appear too vivid. The first one determines the color balance automatically in accordance with the app being used. It is not possible to set the Huawei P50 Pro to a less vivid standard, such as sRGB, but it does not matter that much because its default mode is quite mild-mannered. Huawei deserves compliments for this show of self-control. The Huawei P50 Pro features a 6.6-inch 2700 by 1228 pixel display of high resolution. This OLED also has adaptive refresh rate technology, which can reach toward 120 Hz yet dip back down when displaying stationary content for saving battery life. Regrettably, it is hard to conclude how its refresh rate works due to the absence of a refresh rate indicator in the developer options area in this device's settings menu. Understanding the concept, the Huawei P50 Pro is outfitted with a superior OLED screen presenting extraordinary color and distinction. Optimized brightness in brilliant conditions may not be superb, but it suffices for good legibility in the outdoors. Huawei might have chosen to settle here since the Huawei P50 Pro has a limited battery. The software appears similar to the one used by Huawei in its prime. If desired, you can add an app drawer. However, this is not included by default. Huawei P50 Pro runs Android 11, although without Google mobile services. It functionally looks like an Android device.